Former Dallas Cowboy wide receiver Michael Irvin defended his reputation and compared the allegations of misconduct against him to a public lynching. Hello, I'm Steve Eager.
Hello, everybody. I'm Heather Hayes. Irvin turned emotional during a news conference. His attorney called that news conference today to discuss developments in a $100 million lawsuit against Marriott hotels. Irvin claims he was wrongly accused of misconduct by a hotel employee and that Marriott is stalling his efforts to access the evidence. Fox 4's Alex Boyer has more from today's news conference. Alex.
Hi, guys. And at one point today, Irvin appeared to wipe away tears as he listened to two witnesses back up his claim that he did nothing wrong. Now, those witnesses are said to be in the hotel surveillance video that his legal team has been fighting to get a copy of. With his attorney and agent by his side, former Dallas Cowboy Michael Irvin spoke out Wednesday about the still unspecified allegations made against him just before the Super Bowl.
I know I didn't do anything wrong. I know I didn't do anything wrong.
On February 5th, Irvin was in Phoenix covering the Super Bowl for the NFL Network. He was staying at the Renaissance Phoenix Hotel and Spa. A server at the hotel claimed he harassed her and made inappropriate comments while they were in the lobby. Today, Irvin went much further than just denying wrongdoing. He compared the alleged attack on his character to lynching.
But this sickens me. This sickens me. Because in this great country, this takes me back to a time where a white man would accuse a white woman would accuse a black man of something. And they would take a bunch of guys that were above the law, run in the barn, put a rope around his foot, and drag him through the mud and hang him by the tree.
The allegations are nonsense.
Irvin's attorney said the encounter lasted about a minute and a half and was recorded on hotel surveillance video. Levi McCatherine said Marriott allowed him to view the video for the first time Tuesday, but would not allow him to take a copy or record it on his cell phone, despite a court order compelling Marriott to produce the video to Irvin's legal team. Irvin said he has not seen the video. McCatherine said Irvin touched the woman 4 times.
He shakes her hand at the beginning. He shakes her hand at the end. He one time touches her on the elbow. It was one other time he buckles over laughing, and he kind of brushes her with his hand against her other elbow. That is it. McCatherine said the woman did not appear to look upset or back away from Irvin. Irvin had just returned to the hotel lobby after taking pictures with a couple of fans he met at the hotel bar. McCatherine said those two men are seen on surveillance video with Irvin at the moment in question. They appeared via Zoom at the news conference in defense of Irvin.
Basically, I heard some laughter. I looked up. There was a few handshakes. There was some more laughter, and they went their separate ways.
They had a very brief interaction that was, super, friendly, lots of laughter.
Irvin appeared to wipe away tears as he listened to their statements. The men reportedly came forward after they heard news reports about the allegations made against Irvin, which they believed to be untrue. Irvin, who was removed from his hotel room later that night and taken off the air by the NFL Network, says he wants his name cleared.
If I did something wrong, I'll suffer the consequences of me doing something wrong. But if you did something wrong, you meaning them, then they should suffer the consequences of what they did wrong. It's just sickening.
Irvin and his legal team declined to take any questions from reporters, citing the ongoing legal battle. Now, it's worth noting that Marriott did file a response with the court, apparently after today's news conference, saying that Irvin was specifically invited to view that video, and also added that public disclosure of the video would jeopardize the privacy of the guests and workers.